Hello, hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Let me know. Let me know about the sound real quick. We're gonna get going in just a second. I just gotta grab some yarn. You know the dealio. I always forget to grab the yarn because I'm a goofball. But I'll be on in just a second. We're making a bunch of gnomes today, and let me know in the chat if you guys have any ideas for what kind of gnomes you think we should make today, because I am taking requests. We'll try to make as many gnomes as we can, really. But I'll go ahead and grab my yarn, and we'll get going in just a moment. All right, see you in a sec. All right, let's get rocking and rolling. Hope the music isn't too loud. But let me know. Here we go. Oh, wait, wrong one. Wrong one. That's the one. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I know I'm tiny today. I'm a lot tinier. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Today, you know the deal. We're making gnomes. Jimbo wants to say hi. You want to say hi, buddy? Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh. Come here. We'll switch cameras just for you, buddy. Just for you. I'm sure you won't be distracting at all in today's stream. I'm sure that'll be the case. Say hi, Jimbo. Yeah? You want to make gnomes with us? No? Gnome? Gnome you don't? Okay. Well, then we're going to make gnomes without you. Okay, back to it. All right, there's your daily dose of Jimbo. Hi, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. So today, we're making gnomes, and I'm going to take requests here. By the way, look how cute this backdrop is. Isn't it so cute? Here, I'll give a little tour here. Look, there's even like more over there, and some over there. Isn't it cute? I set it up just for the stream today. I just thought it was just so cute. We got little sheriff, or I guess like park ranger Bigfoot Bobby here, teaching the gnomes something. I don't know, give it a caption. I think it'd be a great caption. So, yeah. Cool. I'm excited. Sorry. We're going to be making gnomes today. I'm super happy and excited to share that this little new amigurumi gnome pattern is out now. It's only 95 stitches total and has no sewing. You do have to embroider on if you want to add a beard and stuff. But other than that, it's all made in one piece. And I'm just really proud of it. I think it's one of the coolest patterns I've ever come out with. So I'm really excited that today we're going to be making as many as we can during the stream. I think we'll be going till probably about 6 p.m. my time, which is going to be about 3 hours, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. It's going to depend on how much energy we get. But we'll be making as many gnomes as we can, and the pattern is actually free during the live stream. So if you want to find the pattern, you can find it right here at clubcrochet.com/gnome. Here, I'll kind of shrink that down a little bit for you. clubcrochet.com/gnome. You can find the pattern right there. You'll just need a free account, but you'll get the pattern is going to be available for free. I'm going to just keep it free until the end of the day. So if you see this video afterwards, don't worry, you probably can still get it for free. Even if you don't get it for free, it's really cheap. It's only gonna be $2.99 in the shop. So it's really cheap and a great way to support this channel. Speaking of, let me talk about the different ways you can support this channel. Let's start by talking about the materials you're gonna need if you wanna crochet some gnomes with me. And then we'll talk about ways you can support this channel. Then we're gonna go ahead and start crocheting our first gnome. I'm gonna make the first gnome classic, and then after that, we're gonna be doing custom gnomes. And the chat has got great suggestions already. We got cowboy gnome, we got fairy gnome in the chat, we got astronaut gnome in the chat. So keep the suggestions coming in the chat, and I'm just gonna start whipping them up one by one after we make our first one. Okay, but first let me talk about all the things you're gonna need to crochet this pattern along with me if you want to. The first thing you're gonna need is a crochet hook. We're gonna be using a size G 4mm crochet hook today. Just my favorite kind of hook to use with the yarn we're gonna be using, which is going to be our classic amigurumi cotton yarn. This is our own Club Crochet brand, and I love it. Now, you don't have to use amigurumi cotton yarn. In fact, you can use any kind of yarn that you want. If you make a giant gnome using blanket yarn, please send me a picture and let me know how it goes. I'm very, very curious to see how big and what they look like. Here's an example of what they could look like. Here is an upcoming design for a amigurumi goblin, which is like the same kind of thing but a goblin. And here's one made with blanket yarn. So you can see the size difference. If you were to make it with blanket yarn, it could get way bigger and looks really cool. So just an example there. We're gonna need the colors today. Well, if you're gonna make the classic gnome, you're gonna need the colors red for the hat, beige or jute for the skin tone, and then you need a shirt color. We're going to be using dark green as our main shirt color, and then brown as the bottom shirt, the pants color, but you can use really any colors you want there. You'll also need some white for adding a beard. That's if you're going to make it classic, of course. That's going to be completely up to you though. You'll also need safety eyes. I'm using 6mm safety eyes for our little mini gnomes, but obviously you'd want to use bigger safety eyes if you had a bigger gnome. So there you go. Gnarly gnome, a gnarly gnome or a gnurdy gnome. I love that suggestion. So those are so good. Hey, Zoe or Cooper, do you think you could write these down and put them in a Google Doc for me and just send me it on Slack so I can review them? And then I'll choose I'll choose 4 for the chat to vote on after we finish our first gnome. That'll just make my life a little bit easier. Okay, what else? You need scissors, you need a darning needle for sewing pieces together, or not, you don't really need to sew anything together, but for adding face stuff. Is the music really loud, or is it just me? It might just be me. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move this background away, even though it's so beautiful. We'll make some space here. Mr. Bigfoot will be behind us, making sure that we're doing everything according to OSHA guidelines. And you know what? Maybe we can keep this right there. That's so cute. And we'll get these gnomes out of the way and replace them with our own crocheted gnomes later on. We'll just put them off to the side for right now, off camera. And we'll move our scissors and stuff too. Okay. I think that's good. Let's see. Do we want to put our Yeah, we'll put that little bush in the background too. Okie dokie, artichokes. Let's start by making just a classic gnome as I talk to you about how you can support this channel if you would like to. You don't have to, but it'd be cool if you did. The first way is just the cheap, free way to support this channel. If you think this is cool and you like what's going on here, please like down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon so you don't miss when we come out with these live streams. We do live streams like this every week. Right now we've been doing them on Fridays and Sundays. We made a really cute fairy dinosaur on Sunday. We've been doing Sunday dinosaurs, so we'll probably keep that going for a little bit longer. And so if you like and subscribe, you can join those. So that's the free way to support. Now, if you like what's going on here and want to help support monetarily, you are a little sweetie petite. Thank you. You're very sweet. Thank you. That'd be really cool of you. There's a few ways you can support monetarily. Probably the best way to support monetarily is with a Club Crochet membership. Members get early access to future patterns. They get access to the exclusive library of tutorials. We add new patterns in pretty much every couple weeks. Very often we're adding new designs in there. We have a brand new design coming out next week. Obviously we have this cute little gnome pattern that just came out, but we have even more of them coming out soon. And if you are a Club Crochet member, give a shout out in the chat right now. Say hi, because I just want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody who is a Club Crochet member. Memberships start at only $5 a month. You can cancel it at any time. You can even get a free trial, see if it's something you're interested in, and you can cancel it whenever you want. Blair, thank you so much for being a Club Crochet member. You rock my socks. Thank you. This channel is completely supported by its members and its community, so big thanks to everybody in the community that can help support. It's really sweet of you. Thank you. Other ways you can support, we have merch and kits in the shop. There's a bunch of different kinds of merch and kits. Let's see, we've got pins. We've got a bunch of different dinosaur pins. We got some Bigfoot pins, but I actually never added them into the shop because I'm a goofball, but now they're already almost sold out because they come in our newest seasonal kit. So we're actually almost sold out of the Bigfoot bobbies. I gotta reorder them. Let's see, do I have them? Do I have one over here somewhere? I hid one somewhere. Oh, here it is. I knew it had fallen somewhere. Look how cool it is though. But I'll try to get this in the shop ASAP. But yeah, if you do want it, keep an eye out because you're gonna have to get it as soon as you possibly can, to be completely honest. Let's see, merch, kits. Oh yes, there's kits in the store as well. So if you want to, you could purchase a crochet kit. Our newest crochet kit is our newest deluxe kit for our Woolly Woods season. That's gonna be a gigantinormous crochet kit that has all the materials to make everything we're making in the season. So we've made pet rocks, we've made a Bigfoot, we're making gnomes, we're making owls and frogs, and just a bunch of secret patterns that are coming soon. Yes, ASAP as possible. Yes, ASAP as possible, exactly. I think I goofed up somewhere. 1, 2, yes I did. 1, 2, skip to my me. By the way, hey Louie. We got another Louie in the chat. That's cool. Love it, Louie. I love that you join every week. It makes me feel like there's dozens of us. Dozens! All right. Okay, oh my gosh, we got so many good ideas for the gnomes. I love it. Okay, wait, let me pull up the document that Mr. Cooper has been making for us of all your guys' suggestions. Keep the suggestions coming in the chat. And oh my god, there's so many already. We've got Brat Gnome, Emo Gnome, Dr. Gnome, Bigfoot Gnome. Oh my gosh. Dio Gnome? I guess that's like a think D20? Think Gnome. Gnome? Oh, like a dice gnome. I see. Gnarly Gnome, Nerd Gnome, Wizard Gnome, Cowboy Gnome, Dio Gnome. Oh, you did that again. Got it? Oh, that was for Dinosaur Gnome. I see. 2 different Dinomes. Bodybuilder, King, Witch, Astronaut, Fairy, Minion, Garden, Camouflage. Oh, Camouflage is interesting. Mushroom, Tall. A tall gnome. Oh, I think that is a funny idea. And the gnome earrings for Jules. That's cute. Someone is cute. Oh, Blair, that's a cute idea. I like it. I like it. Oh my gosh, just little gnome earrings that are like holding onto a string. That would be really cute. Well, let's go ahead and keep up this first gnome to get going here. And let's just hang out. Let's chat. How has everybody been? How you guys been? How's your week been? My week has been pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. We got some cool new projects that we found out about this week, which is very exciting. It's always exciting to know about secret new projects that I'm not allowed to talk about. But it's fun to tease. And let's see. We found out about the new Switch 2. Anybody else in the chat super duper excited about that? Because I know I am like crazy excited about that new Switch. Super duper stoked. The new Mario Kart looked freaking awesome. Let's see. What else is new this week for me? I just bought my tickets to go to Japan with my brother. That's exciting. We're going to be going to Japan in August. So we just bought our plane tickets. And I'm starting to come up with different ideas for us to do. He sent me a listing for a ninja like dinner thing. It was, I don't know, it was some kind of like Instagram reel that he saw. That it did look pretty cool though. That Stitch did not want to play with us. But if anybody in the chat has any suggestions for our trip to Japan, I am all ears. I know my friend told me that there's this really big art festival going on in August when we'll be there, so that could be really cool too. I'm the one doing most of the planning here, and I don't usually plan trips. I'm not really that great at planning trips usually, but I'm gonna do a good job. I've been there twice now. I feel like I can do a good job. We got a Louie gnome. You want a Louie gnome? Okay, that's a fun one too. I like that idea, Blair. Yes, so excited for the new Mario Kart World. Oh my gosh, it looks so cool. I only have I have two qualms. Qualm number one is, oh my gosh, dude, did you guys see how much money it's gonna cost? It's gonna be a pricey game, but I am very excited about it. My qualm number two is that I didn't see anything about Mario Kart battles in that reveal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. Yeah, okay, we're good. I didn't see anything about Mario Kart battles, and those are my favorite way to play Mario Kart personally. I love balloon battles and Shine Thief and all those other fun ones that were in the newest Mario Kart. And I was kind of disappointed not to see anything about it in the reveal, but I mean, I can't complain that much. You get to play as a cow. It looks so cool. If you guys don't know what we're talking about right now, go check out the Nintendo Direct about the new Switch after this live stream, and I think you'll really, really think it's cool, because you should, because Mario Kart's great. If you haven't ever played Mario Kart, you should. Name the gnome after you, Gnome Aurelia. I mean, your name is Gnome Aurelia. I feel like maybe we have to. We'll definitely give it a shot. We'll obviously be putting it to the vote, though. We've got everything's going to be voted on today after we finish our first gnome here. So it will be up to you and the chat. Ooh, a baseball gnome. That's fun. I watched A League of Their Own, the old movie with Tom Hanks. And it was really good. I really liked it. We watched it last night, me and Jules. If you haven't ever heard of it, go check it out. It's a very good movie. There we go. Have I ever made a puff flower? I actually have made a few puff flowers. I designed a few puff flowers when I was in high school. So back in the day, over like nearly 20 years ago now, I designed some, but I never really released the designs for it online. So they were just personal projects. I ended up doing a lot of designs for button-on flowers which were made not really similarly, but kind of similarly. That was one of my first real things that I designed that I was really like, whoa, this is cool. Love the Animal Crossing music. We're going to keep that going for sure. I feel like Animal Crossing and gnomes have a very close connection, you know? Sleepy gnome. That's cute. Vampire gnome. Oh my gosh, you guys are on it with good ideas today. Wow, this is going to be very hard to choose. I have a feeling we're going to be doing more than one of these streams. By the way, I think I mentioned it in the beginning. Yeah, I did, but I'm going to re-mention it again. The pattern for our little gnomes is actually free on the website with a free account today. It's only going to be free during the live stream and a little bit afterwards. So if you want to make them with me, you totally can. I did do a whole video tutorial. Honestly, I think the video tutorial is maybe a little too in-depth because I really go into detail about every single stitch, which is, you know, very normal for me and my crochet patterns. Look how long this piece of grass is. I'm going to cut this piece of grass real quick. There we go. Oh my gosh, totally aside here. My ADD is coming out. I found an ear hair the other day. Maybe this is TLDR, but I found an ear hair the other day that was so freaking long. It was like that long. It was on top of my ear here, and I was like, how did you get away with getting this long? Where did you come from? I just don't know how it snuck past security. I thought it was really funny. I was like, there's no way that's attached. Oh my gosh, it is. It was just it was a funny little, like, I don't know, weird thing that happened. Okay, before my completely ADD brain switched topic so fast. Oh, hey, did you guys see? I made a short using our fairy. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I've got so much I want to talk to you guys about today. I made a short using our fairy periwinkle, our Velociraptor that we made last week, and I was really proud of it. And it was such a cool, like, it just made me realize, oh my gosh, I can make shorts out of these YouTube live streams a little bit easier. I don't think I like this song as much, so I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward a little bit. There we go. Always cool with some Animal Crossing though. Okay, where else would it? Oh yes, that's right. The Club Crochet Challenge vote is on. Hey guys, thank you so much for all the submissions for your pet rocks. If you didn't know, we were doing a Pebble Pal challenge where you crochet a pet rock, and now we're going to vote on our favorite pet rocks. We actually have, there were like 60 something submissions to the pet rock challenge. We narrowed it down to our 4 absolute favorites, although gosh almighty, it was like, no joke guys, it was crazy difficult for me to narrow this down. I got some help from other moderators and friends. I think in the future we're gonna have those are like the favorites, the 4 top voted on by other designers. Like we're gonna do our collaborators for the season to help me vote on things. But this season we have 4 seriously incredible pet rocks that I am a huge fan of. I'm not going to tell you which one I voted for, but please go vote. You can vote at the at clubcrochet.com/challenge. There's actually one that is a gnome and his pet rock, which is like, it looks so cool. It was like way cool. And then there was another one that was like a bunch of pebbles put together to make a little boy. Like, he is like a little adventuring rock. That one was way cool. There's a clown rock. Goober, I think is its name. I loved the clown rock. That one was so interesting. And then the 4th one was, a band. It was kind of like, it was like a hippie band of rocks. And I really liked that one too. But those ones barely squeaked by with over some other ones. There was a wizard rock that was a really, really close call. And there were just so many. You can check out all the submissions on the site, clubcrochet.com/challenge. You can still submit entries to the challenge. Unfortunately, you can't win at this point, but you can add it to the collection, and trust me, we are all very excited to see what you make. So if you want to still make a rock for the Pet Rock Challenge, we're going to keep submissions open, maybe indefinitely, probably not indefinitely, but at least until the end of this vote. So if you want to go ahead and still submit a rock to add to the collection, we'll have a whole, I'm going to make a whole collage of everything at the end of the challenge. So go ahead and still submit your entries there. Again, big fan of everybody's submissions. I thought there were some seriously, insanely creative submissions this time. It was crazy. If you're wondering about future challenges, I don't know what the next one's going to be, but I promise there will be another Club Crochet challenge. I have ideas on how to kind of make these challenges a little bit more in-depth or a little bit more, I don't know. I got some ideas for how to kind of like add to these challenges a bit. So I'm excited to share those with you in the future. But if you guys have any ideas on future challenges that you'd like to see, I'm all ears all the time. If you want to suggest anything, let me know in the chat. I kind of like how the way this hat just like went up like that. Kind of looks like a sombrero a little bit, which is pretty cute. And might make a really cute little gnome too. Might be fun to make a bald gnome, like one without a hat. That could be kind of funny too. Okay, so now I'm actually almost done with our first gnome, which means that we probably should get going on the vote. Let me look at the suggestions. I'm going to choose 4 of them just at random, and we're going to vote on what kind of gnome that you guys should, that I should make next. And don't worry, it won't be the last gnome we make. We've got at least 2 more gnomes in us. I think we could maybe feasibly get 5 gnomes today. That's kind of where I'm aiming. Oh, I changed colors too soon. Oopsies. I'm thinking of old patterns here. Don't forget Over the Garden Wall. I love Over the Garden Wall. You want the idea of Over the Garden Wall for the gnome? How would I do Over the Garden? What do you mean for that, for the theme of this gnome? Like with a teapot on its head for Wart? Oh no, that's not Wart. That's Wart and Greg? No. Yeah, Greg? His name Greg? When will the lava run kits be delivered if we ordered one? Just curious. Hi, Amaze Feed. How are you? How you been? It's been a second, actually. I haven't seen you in the chat in a little bit. But good to see ya. Good question. The lava run will be in everybody's hands. Both the crochet kit and the finished game will be in everyone's hands. We're aiming for early June. But I'm trying to get it even sooner. I'm going as fast as I can. Obviously, with all this new tariff stuff, things have gotten a little bit more complicated. But that being said, no worries. We're still working our way to get those as soon as we possibly can for everybody. But yeah, that's the answer to that. Coming soon. If you have any other questions on Lava Run or really anything at all, including crochet tips or just questions about me personally, go ahead and hit me up in the chat. Let me know. I am here to hang. Okay, we're almost done at that one. Let me go ahead and pull up these suggestions really quick so I can run through them. Cooper, you're very cute. I really like your little Cooper added in the document that he's doing for all of our submissions. He added this little emoji of a guy waving and says hi. Hi. That's funny. You're cute. And then thank you also for reminding me about Gnome Morelia wants a gnome named after them. Thank you. Okay, so let me put some suggestions in let me go ahead and finish this round real quick. I'll be done in just a second. What is my Etsy called? Our Etsy is, I have 2 Etsys actually. We have a Club Crochet Etsy, which is, I think it's just official Club Crochet. And then I have a Louie's Loops Etsy. Actually, hey, chat, if you could, I could actually use your help. Like, legitimately. This reminds me. Could you message me on Etsy? Just ask me any question that you want. You can do it on either my Louie's Loops Etsy or the other Etsy. And just ask me about literally anything. It could be one of my products. It could be, how was your week? Whatever. I need to answer messages a little quicker. So, but I don't get messages very often there. So if you could, that would be really cool. It actually would help a lot if you just messaged me on Etsy. Yeah. Where is the doc? The doc is a personal document that Cooper is making for us. So it is a, but anything you put in the chat for a suggestion will go into the Google document. Okay, so we got the main part of our gnome done. We, of course, need to add our beard and stuff. We're going to keep this one classic. But let me go ahead and get a vote going right now for the chat to vote on our next gnome. And I think what we should do, let's see. Ooh, that's a good, King Gnome is a good suggestion, but maybe not for our first one. I really like that idea, though. Okay, so we're going to do, oh my gosh, there's so many. I don't know how a tall gnome is gonna look, but I'll put it on the list. I like that one. Okay, and hold on, I need one more suggestion. 1 second. Oh, there we go. We'll do this one. That could be very fun. Okay, let me get that poll going right now. Boom. 2, 3, 4. Okay, vote now on what our next gnome should be. I went with tall gnome, which, if you guys choose that, I will figure it out. But I don't know what that means really right now. Fairy gnome. What were the other ones? Witch gnome and cowboy gnome. So go ahead and vote now. I'm going to make a gnome as close as I can to whatever you guys suggest there. But before we do that, we got to finish our first gnome. And that means that we need to stuff it so it closed. We're going to add a magnets to these gnomes so that they can be attached to metal objects, which is really fun. There we go. I really like adding these little magnets to our gnomes so that we can add them to anything metal, which is fun for hiding the gnomes. It makes hiding them really easy and fun. So that's the plan there. I'm gonna add this red yarn in there too for good luck. I think we could actually use a little bit more stuffing, so let's go ahead. I'll just use a little bit of this extra thread. I think this is excess from my most recent tutorial that is coming out next week, and I'm very excited about new thing coming out next week. New pattern. First collaboration pattern of the season. Yeah, I know. It's exciting, right, Jimbo? There you go. I know. I was thinking about it a lot this week, and I realized that I'm kind of like, especially with these little mini gurumis, I'm feeling more and more like a balloon, what do they call it? A balloon artist? Is that what they're called? You know, someone that makes things out of balloons, out of child's birthday party. I'm feeling more and more like that these days with these little minis because they're so quick to make, and I can do like, I don't know. I feel like a balloon artist, and I think it'd be really fun to bring stuff to. I'm going to an open mic next week for Jules. Jules has been doing a bunch of open mics near us. And so I've been going, and obviously I gotta do something while I'm watching these open mics, and they're really fun to watch. But you know, if I don't have my hands in the middle of doing something, I get really distracted. So I bring my crochet every time, and I think it'd be fun to bring a bunch of different crochet little mini versions of the people that are playing music. I just thought that'd be kind of a fun idea. Let's go ahead and add a beard. You know what? I do have this really thick white yarn. This could work. Should we try it? Maybe we'll try this. I just have these extra threads from a video I was just recording, where I was using blanket yarn. And why not? I got it right here anyhow. Let's give it a shot. I don't know what it'll look like. I haven't made any of these gnomes using this yarn yet. So it might look good. It might look bad. I mean, it can't look that bad, right? In worst case scenario, we can always remove it and do it again. Let's see what we can make here. I think it might even be easier. It just might really take over the face. So let's see. You know what? It's not looking bad. I am not hating this at all. Thank you, Jillian. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Just message me on Etsy just to say hi. And then we'll go up from the mustache. This. And then we'll go over to here. And we'll do it again on the other side. You know what? I think this fuzzy yarn actually totally works. Right? Oh my gosh. Actually, yeah, really, that totally worked. That looks maybe even better than our cotton yarn. What do you guys think? I like it. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so fuzzy. I'm actually a really big fan of that. That looks really cool to me. What do you guys think? Yeah? I like it. It's so furry too. And we just use some extra thread for it, so we don't need to cut anything new or... Yeah, that's kind of neat. I was gonna probably toss this yarn anyhow. Perfect. Waste not, want not. Oops. Let's go ahead and stuff that knot back in there. Waste not, not. Waste not, want not. That would be a good t-shirt, but not with like a K. I think that's a good idea. Okay. The texture gives it that authentic beardy look. I agree. I love it. Oh my gosh. And it's so cool to touch actually, because it's like really soft beard, but the rest of it's like cotton. I love it. Okay. What did you guys vote for our next gnome? We're going to put this one right here in the background. And we're going to, well, Jimbo, we're going to find out. What did they vote for? Oh my god, you voted for tall gnome. Okay. They want a tall gnome. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'm trying to figure it out, Jimbo. Well, I'm thinking a couple of things. It could be either a like a really tall hat, which I think actually would be pretty funny, right? A really tall hat could be fun. With just a short gnome but a tall hat. Does that count? Or is it like a really I mean, we can't make a really long body. That would look weird. Right? Boop, 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 doo, doo, doo. Let's draw it out. Like a brontosaurus neck? Okay, so, yeah, I guess our two options... Jimbo, don't eat the yarn. Our two options are either to do a crazy long hat, which I do think actually would be really funny. Like that, and then our classic gnome. There we go. So we could do tall gnome this way, or we could do a tall gnome where it's like, it's gonna look weird, but little hat, like that, and then like the face still needs to be up here. I don't want to get too crazy with the face. And then maybe like arms like this. And then super long body. And then little legs. Which I think would look significantly weirder. Or his beard is really long. Oh, I like that. What about long hat and a crazy long beard, too? Okay, I'm going to do that. Yeah, tall hat or long body. Yeah, let's go tall hat with a super duper long beard. Like a crazy long beard. We can even like kind of braid it together and stuff. Okay. Was this going to be enough red yarn for our tall hat? I'm thinking like this tall. You know? About that tall. Which would be about, if this was 1, 2, this is like 4 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds. That's 4 rounds. 4 rounds. 4 rounds. 4 rounds. 4 rounds. So 1, 2, 5 times 4. So 20 rounds of hat. Is this enough yarn for 20 rounds of hats? Well, let's find out. Whoa, music got weird. I kind of like it though. A little bit of a long body though. All right, we might be able to make the body just a little bit longer, no Morelia. We'll see what I can do. All right, you want a tall gnome. Let's see what I can whip up. Louie the balloon artist on his way. All right, so we're gonna start. I'm actually gonna start even smaller than I normally start. So normally I crochet only 6 in the round to start, but we're gonna do even smaller. We're gonna just do 4 so that it's even tinier of a start, giving us more room for growth as we go. Since we have to do 20 rounds. And I want it to, like, you know, slowly increase. I don't want to just be like the tip to be short and then like a really long. And I want it to be tapered, you know? So we've got to start it at a smaller stitch count, which will help us taper it a little slower. So it's going to make it a little pointier too. And now, will we increase right up to 6? 1. Nah, maybe we'll go up to 5 now. 2. Okay. Gosh, I love Animal Crossing music. It's so good. All right, so now we're going up to 5. And obviously, we're still open for gnome ideas. So if you want to keep adding gnome ideas in the chat, we will have another vote after this one. So go ahead and keep those ideas a-coming. All right, Jillian. Well, sweet dreams. Let's try to talk a little quieter so we don't wake up Jillian. Just kidding. I'm not going to talk quieter. The Wonderful World of David the Gnome. What? I love it. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3 will be here. Okay. All right. It's gonna get tall. We're only at 6 now stitches. I think I'll do 2 rounds now and then increase to 7, 2 rounds, then increase to 8, and then like 4 rounds of 8, and then I'll do my last bit. It's gonna be a very tall hat. We're probably gonna have to add like sturdiness in the hat itself, you know, but we'll see. We'll see. Might be funny to make a gnome without a hat. Maybe not. I don't know. Might be kind of fun. Do a little hairdo instead. Right. One more round of 6 and then I'll increase up. Long flappy legs? Long legs? I'm not doing long legs. That's gonna be too creepy. Too away from what is going on already, in my opinion. You guys are like full chaos mode today. It's funny. Okay. Almost ready to increase up again. All right. So that's our round of 6 stitches. Very skinny so far. Longest hat in the world. Also, let's just get this red yarn cut and hidden on the inside. We don't need it at all. It is just getting in our way. You're just getting in our way, buddy. There we go. Do I have Jimbo next to me? No, I don't know where he went. That's fine. I didn't want to pet Jimbo with my feet anyhow. I have a theory about gnomes. Gnomerelli said a gnome without a hat is a dwarf. Is it, wait, are you saying a dwarf or a dwarf? Never heard of a dwarf before, but I don't hate it. I think that, and I talked about this a while back when we were talking about elves near closer to Christmas. I have a theory that Santa's elves are just gnomes that shave. That's my theory. That's my theory. All right, I think I'll do 3 rounds of at this size and then go up to 8 and then do our last 4 rounds. And then we'll have the height of our hat. The height of our hat! The height of the hat in Hampshire is happening. Hip hop. Hip hop is happening in the height of the hat. Maybe. I'm making my own tongue twister here. No, I think you did a great job, Normarelia, of being a good speller, because you just invented a whole new type of creature. A dwarf. I think what you spelled is even better than spelling it wrong. I like that. I was like, yeah, we can make a bunch of gnomes today. And then you guys are like, I want a tall gnome. And I was like, oh, okay. We can make a few less gnomes now because tall gnome takes more time. Oh my gosh, big feet, big feet, big feet. We can probably do big feet on this gnome so that it sits upright a little bit better. But I'm not doing long feet. That's creepy. You guys are peer pressuring me into making big feet. You know what's cool about this hat? We should put a pipe cleaner in it so we can twist it. That would be so cool because we could have it like be like this. And we could probably even have something like hanging from the hat if we wanted to too. That could be pretty fun. What do you guys think about that? Good idea? Bad idea? How do we feel about customizing this long gnome hat a little bit more? Any thoughts? Anything that you think we should make hanging from it if we did do that? All right, I believe this is our 8 stitches around now. 5. 7. This should be your last stitch. Cool. All right, I'm gonna do at least 3 more rounds of this for height. At least. I might do a little bit more though. Okay. Ooh, we're running out of yarn. Which means we're gonna have to open a new ball of yarn. Ooh, a flower hanging from it? I like that. A hanging basket. You are bad at trying to sleep, Jillian. I'm sorry we're always doing these live streams at like the worst timing for you. Yeah, I should try doing live streams at different times going forward, especially on our Sunday streams. It's just 3 p.m. for me is like such a perfect time, and it hits a lot of the American like time zone stuff. But I think it would be fun to try some like late night live streams or early morning. Well, early morning's hard for me. I don't like waking up early. A long nose? Is that what you're pointing out, Blair? That'd be funny too. A gnat hanging. Yeah, Zoe's just like, what other words can we throw a silent G into? I love it. I actually really like that idea. A gnome with a gnat. There was another one that you said. A gnarly gnome with a gnat. That could be funny. Oh, dub. Alright, so that's 3 rounds. I'll do 1 more round. And I think that's probably tall enough for the hat if I do 1 more round, right? I think so. And you know what? I think we'll have just enough yarn. 2. 4. 6. And 8. Cool. Do you think gnomes are eating gnocchi? Beautiful, Zoe. Beautiful. Love it. That was... Bravo. 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 Hold on, I'm defuzzifying this a little bit too. Okay. 3. 5. Do you think that gnomes are born with their hats? Or do they like find their hat somewhere? Is the music like crazy loud right now? Or is it just me? For some reason I feel like gnomes are born with their hats. Or maybe their hats grow. That's a funny idea. I love gnocchi too. I would say gnocchi's one of definitely a personal favorite. Pinocchio. Oh my gosh, that could be a funny one too. Suggestions in this chat today are just beautiful. Flip that hat up real quick. Make our life a little bit easier. Get our next color. Trying to keep it focused. That's pretty good. All right, hold on for just a second. I just want to hide these ends in the top of this hat real quick. Which means I probably want... Where's my little stuffing stick? I guess this will work. We're gonna have to add extra magnets in this one too. And you know what? We should probably add a pipe cleaner in this hat so that we can bend it if we want it bent into like swirls or something like that. Which I think our gnome would appreciate personally. All this hat, you probably want to style it. Okay, let's add our first ear here. Pretty good. Now we'll add our nose. Do we go big on the nose? Even bigger than we did for the other ones? Or do we just keep it normal? Speak now or forever hold your gnomes. I think we just keep it normal. Yeah, let's just keep it normal. I don't want them to be too heavy also, so... Like, because this hat's already going to be so overwhelming. We're going to do bigger feet. Just keep them upright a little bit easier. Sorry about all the commotion on my computer. My cousin always texts me on Fridays because he wants to play Fortnite and he forgets that I'm doing a live stream. Alright, one. I have a kid cousin that really likes playing Fortnite with me, and it's really cute. Honestly, it's super fun to play games with him. Yoink. There we go. That ear did not want to play with us. Is this a song from Celeste? Anybody know? I'm gonna sneeze. And you can't stop me. Alright. Let's get this good shot here. Whoop. It's looking great. Ooh, No Morelia has a good idea. Hold on, I'll go check that. Let me go check the chat. I missed it. Make a golem gnome with a ring around his hat. Oh, like a golem. That's cute. That might be better for the little gobbling pattern, but it's definitely not a bad idea at all. That's a good idea. We're probably going to be coming out with a gobbling in a week or two. Probably a little bit afterwards, because I have a new pattern coming out next week, our first collaboration pattern. And then after that, we'll probably be releasing the gobbling. And I've actually... Have I told you guys that I've been working on a new game? I don't know if I've told you about this. Wow, I'm kind of surprised I haven't told you. So I've actually been working on a new game for these little gnomes. I want to add them into Stitched, of course, but I've also been making a different game. The current name of it is called Gnomes versus Goblins, or Goblins versus Gnomes, or Battle Gnomes. I don't know yet. I'm still coming up. I don't gnome yet. I'm still coming up with a name. But basically, it's like a tower defense board game. It's really cool. I like it a lot. I am a fan of it. I probably release the playtest for it pretty soonish, maybe. I think once the Gobbling comes out, I'll probably come out with the rules for a small handful of playtesters to give me feedback on it, and then we'll go from there, and I'll fix it up and then re-release it. Usually when Jesus, I feel like I was just assaulted by music. We're going to the next playlist because that was too. I was under attack there. There we go. That's a little bit better. Where do gnomes get their clothes? I don't know, Blair. Where do gnomes get their clothes? This feels like a good joke. From their closet. Okay. Another good timing for a nice shot here so I can show you guys the arm. 1, 2, and we'll just go like this. Watch. Shoop. That's pretty good. Gnome Depot. Oh my gosh, that's great. Super solid. Where do gnomes get their clothes from? Gnome Depot. Is that the real one, or did Kristen just guess it? Because regardless, that's a very good joke. I like it. Gnome Depot. That's beautiful. What a beautiful joke. I think we're going to need to add like 5 or 6 pipe cleaners in this. Or not pipe cleaners. Magnets in this one to keep it so they can magnetize things. Just because I think it's going to be really top heavy. Well, you know what? We don't need to add any stuffing into the top of it, though. So maybe we can keep the heaviness down. I do need a pipe cleaner, though. Let's see. Do I have any here? Sometimes I'm lucky, and I'm like, I think ahead. But it will not be this day. Oh, here we go. We got a purple one. We'll use this one. Okay. That's a shopping game called Gnome Depot. That's fun. Yeah, this will be tall enough. Okay. Sometimes this is a workout, twisting up pipe cleaners. Okay, that's a little... Maybe it's too tall now. Like this. Okay. Nice. You know what? Let me add the eyes first, and then I'll stuff this in. Closer there to the camera. Yeah? Looks pretty good? Cool. Cool. Oh wait, where were we at with if gnomes are born with hats or not? Because I really want to help us uncover the lore of where gnomes come from. There we go. Are they born with their hats or not? think they are probably, but I don't know. Okay, now to add the pipe cleaner. Just like these. We're just gonna make sure the pipe cleaner gets as high up there as we can, which is actually easier said than done because it has like a tendency to want to bend. Yeah, see, look, it got all crimpled up. Hold on. Maybe there's an easier way to do this. You know what? Use this. Nice. Nope, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. Try it like that. Make a little something to grab onto it. Like that. Okay, let's try this again. Hey, there we go. Now the pipe cleaner's in there and we can bend the hat however we want it to be. So we can make it like... That's awesome! It's very like Dr. Seussian. Oh, that's cute, Jillian. That's a really cute idea. Jillian says that they think they are given their hats from the family, like the Scots have their tartan? Wizards have their wands, and gnomes have their hats. Maybe the hat chooses them. Oh, that's cute. I love that lore too. Those are good ideas. All right, you guys want bigger feet, so we're gonna add bigger feet to this gnome. Get my brown yarn. We're just gonna keep the color the same. And then once I add our feet in here, we'll go ahead and get voting on our next gnome. So if you got any suggestions on our next gnome, go ahead and let us know in the chat. And we'll add it to our list. I'm going to choose 4 ideas, and we're going to throw it into a vote. Yarn there. Okay. And then we're gonna do big feet. At least as big as the nose, right? 1, 2. Let's see what a third bobble stitch. Like that. I mean, that'll be legit significantly bigger feet, but you know what? Let's see what happens if I do even a slightly bigger foot. Like that. They're gonna be big feet. Big feet. Not bad though. I like it. Indiana gnomes. Okay, now Gnome Aurelia is coming out hot. That's a great idea. I love Indiana gnomes. That's a super fun idea. How has that not already been created as like a... Can't you just see that coming out? By like Paramount? Alright, 3. And we're doing a full bobble stitch for the feet. For some big feet on this gnome. Alright, last couple stitches. And then we, of course, are going to make a super long beard for this gnome, too. Can't forget about that. But there's our gigantic feet. Much bigger than the other gnome's feet. You happy? I think we like that. You know what they say about big feet? Big hat. Big shoes. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll stuff the bottom of our gnome up a bit, and then we'll add our beard. Let me stuff it, and then actually we'll stuff it and then get your vote. We'll get a vote going for our next gnome. Sound like a plan, Lee Stanley? Ears out there a little bit. All right. See if I can't add a little bit of our excess yarn here as stuffing. We'll even add this white yarn for stuffing. Waste not, want not. Okay. And how many magnets? I don't want to add too many just because let's see here. You know what? Actually, they could sit upright, so you don't need too many. Oh, there they are. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Is 5 too many? 5 might be a lot. Yeah, let's do 4. And we'll go like this. One, 2. All right. Okay. All right, so now we've got the main part of our gnome done. Here, let me just make sure he can sit up right. Ooh, it's tough. You know what'll help? A gigantic beard. I think a gigantic beard will help a lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and start adding their enormous beard. Do you want to keep using that fuzzy? Let's use that fuzzy yarn. Do I have any more of that fuzzy yarn? Oh, I do. Nice. Okay. I think we'll go. I'm just trying to think of how this is going to work exactly. I think go into this stitch. Yeah, into this stitch out of where the nose is. That. And then into here. And come out of here. Alright, that'll be 2 strands of the beard. I'll keep it super long because we can always cut it short, but we can't cut it longer. Next one, and then out here. There, we'll go out of here. I think 4 strands probably, because this yarn is so fuzzy, that's probably enough for our beard. And we'll knot it down like that, and then we'll just make it crazy long. And we'll knot it at the end of this yarn too. Okay, that sounds good. So we need, I think we should knot it down with maybe yellow. Yeah, let's do that. Look how much Jimbo fur is on this yarn. Oh, we need the vote. Hold on. Vote, come in. Okay. Next gnomes. Oh my gosh, Gnomer Simpson? Stop it. That's ridiculous. Gnomer Simpson, what the heck? Okay, hold on. Okay. Interesting. Okay, hold on. Interesting. We got some interesting suggestions here. Oh, it's so hard to choose. Or last choice. Oh my gosh, Cooper, your dark idea. I'm not even gonna say it on the stream, but you are terrible. I love it. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. One, two, three, four. All right. Go ahead and vote now on what our next gnome should be. I'm gonna vote for... Ooh, that vote is hard. I'm gonna vote for that one. Oh, so is everybody else. Oh my gosh, that I don't know how I'm gonna make this. We're gonna figure this out together. I'm legit like a little nervous about the next gnome. Get out of here, fur. Okay. In place. Oh wait, no, I want to go around it once first, like this. Like that. Back around. In. Out of the body. Like that. Oh, and do we want to add something to the end of our hat? Maybe. Maybe. Someone said a gnat. What was the other? There were other ideas for what to put on the end of the hat. Oh, a flower. A flower would be really cute, actually. I think that's a good idea. Okay, so we got a crazy long beard here, like too long. So we're gonna have to cut this a little shorter because this is too long of a beard. Sorry, but you know, I gotta make it a little shorter. We'll probably also do something like use ties to keep down parts of it. you know, to keep it together. If I knew how to do a 4 braid, like 4 strands to turn into a braid, I would, but I don't know that off the top of my head yet because I don't have a daughter yet. One day, though, maybe. And I'll be really good at braiding hair. I could see that happening. All right, let's double knot this. Right. Is this long enough for a beard? If I cut it here, is that a long enough beard for you guys? Or are you guys gonna say, no, I wanted a longer beard? I think that's long enough. I don't want to get like too extra. I don't want attention to go away from the hat. You know? And we'll cut the beard into like lengths so that it's not all, they're not all the same length. So we'll do like a short one here. Like that. And then a little bit longer one. Like that. And then a little bit longer one. And then another short one. Like that. Yeah? Okay, I like the length of the beard. And then a flower. Oh, and then we have a name suggestion. Norman with a G. I like that name idea. I really like that name idea a lot. Hold on. And let's go ahead and do, yeah, we'll do a little flower for it. In what color? What do we got? What do we got with us? We do a red flower. Nah, that's too on. There's too many red going on. Let's do a light blue flower. Let's do this little light blue. Maybe. I feel like I'm already starting to create a knot. I don't understand how embroidery people use this at all without everything getting knotted together. It truly doesn't make any sense to me. Oh no. Okay, well that's probably enough. Anyhow. Hey, they actually, look at that. It sits upright, which is kind of crazy. Oh, Gnome, Jemmy, Purple. Purple? Just Purple. That's kind of a funny name for a gnome. Hold on, we'll vote on, let me finish this hat up, and then when I finish the vote for our next gnome, I'll do I'll change the vote to be the name of our last gnome. So that way we can keep the vote going. But first, we gotta finish this flower. Two. See if I can't get this a little bit. I think 5 petals? What do you think? 5 petals? Yeah, let's do 5. I think that's pretty normal for a flower, right? 5 petals or 7 petals. Like they go in weird numbers. But I don't know. I'm not a flower anymore. Legally, I can't say that I'm a flower. You can call me Flower if you want to. Anybody know what that's from? First person to guess what movie that was from gets extra credit. $1 million gnome dollars. Let me get this a little closer like that. I'll just... Bambi! Yep. It is from Bambi. You win $1 million gnome dollars. Wow. You're a gnome millionaire. They're just much smaller than American dollars. It takes 1,000 gnome dollars to equal $1. Wait. No, don't listen to me. That still converts to too much money. That's pretty cute, right? And then we'll just have this hanging upside down from that. Like that. You know? You know? Maybe actually maybe I can make it so that these two ends come out of like a different part of this flower so that the flower kind of sits more like horizontal like that. I might be able to do that. We'll see. Let me see if I can do something like that. First, let me knot this. It's pretty good. All right, where's our needle? And I'm just gonna have it go like up like that, out through the top. So that way, hopefully it'll like, yeah, sits more like horizontal, which is what we're going for. I actually don't know if we need 2 strands either, so I think I might just cut the first strand a little short. And hope nothing comes undone. And then we'll have this go through the tip of the hat. And just have it go like through some stitches on the inside. It's pretty good. And then out through the side there. I think this will be fine. Then I'll have it go down. Just finding some stitches to like kind of hide it into so that nothing comes too undone there. Let me see. There we go. I like that. Okay, what do we think? I think I like this. Second gnome success? I think, right? There's a little ear hat, or yeah. Oh, I love how dangly it is too. Technically, super tall gnome. Super tall, like 4 gnomes tall, 3 gnomes tall. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good, though. Kawaii desu ne. Arigatou gozaimasu. All right. I like our gnome. Okay, so we have 2 gnomes done. Beautiful. Now, we do need to name this gnome. Name that gnome! All right, let me go backwards in the chat to look at names. And let's go ahead. We'll end the vote. Oh, my God. Oh, wait. No, the vote is tied. Hold on. I'll wait till end the vote. We need one more. We need one more vote to end the tiebreaker. Unless you want me to vote to make an executive decision. We'll go, fuck. Ooh, sorry, Mr. Camera. I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry, Mr. Camera. Gosh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.7, 0.4, 0.2. Ending the poll. I get to choose because it was a tie between Emo and Indiana Gnome. And I think I'm going to choose Indiana Gnome because I think that's really funny. So, name our tall gnome. So, what names did you guys have here? We had... Wow, we had a lot. Okay, hold on. We got Norman. We got... Daisy, that's cute. And then I don't know if your name is perfect for this gnome, but I promised I'd put it in the chat. If we don't name this gnome that, don't worry, we'll put the name again. Hold on. Any other votes here? Here, I can come up with one. Norm. There we go. Name suggestions in the chat now. Let's figure out how we're going to make an Indiana Gnomes. So, Indiana Gnomes, huh? That's what we want. So we know we're going to need a fedora, because doy. So the gnome's having a different hat this time, so that's going to be interesting all on its own to create a fedora. After we make a fedora, though, we want to... Obviously, we want his ears, like that. And we're going to keep it, we're not going to mess with the main pattern this time. But we are going to change the colors. And, of course, we'll give him a whip. And we'll give him a satchel, probably. Like that. And we'll give him a black jacket, maybe. And then brown pants. So maybe it'll be like a jacket like that. Obviously we have our nose and our eyes. Do we want him to have a mustache or a beard? I don't think Indiana Jones does. We can always add that last too. And we can just give it hair. We can just give it like a little, like that. All right, let's give it a shot. I'm gonna start with our brown yarn. I actually think I might try using a lighter shade of brown, which I don't have much of. But I think I have a very small amount of a lighter shade of brown somewhere. Let me go grab that. Let me see. No, I don't really, I can't find my lighter shade of brown right now. But I found this, which we can use for hair so that it won't look like the same hair. But this yarn won't work for our hat because it's too different of a yarn than our main color. Okay, well, let's see what we can do here. We'll start with our classic brown. And let's see how well I can make a hat off the top of my noggin. Oh, I get to name our gnome too. I'm gonna vote this one. All right, so we want a kind of like, it's almost like a cowboy hat. How are we gonna do this? Because we only can use 8 stitches around. Okay, hold on. I'm figuring this out from the top of my normgin. Let's move our super tall gnome just a little bit further back like that. So you can see how long his beard is too. Ah! I'm sorry! Oh no! Hold on. There we go. Nice. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then I'll do 1. Wait, 1, 3, 8. Okay, let's try that. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that'll be good. 3. And then we'll go 5. 6 like that. So that way it makes it like a little bit of like more of like wide rather than just circular. I voted for my own name that I chose. So that was what my vote was for, which was Nolan with a G. But I don't care. You guys vote for whatever we'll naming him as a crew. I think that's a good start for the hat, and then I'll yeah, we'll just go from there. So 1 like that, and you know what? Actually, maybe we can do it like this. I don't know. I honestly don't know how well this is gonna work because it's just so tiny. But I mean, obviously we're trying here. Maybe if I just go into the top loop like that, I can make it work. 1, 2, and 3 might be good. Okay, so that way maybe it's like more up. I don't know. We're trying something. We definitely... You can't deny we're trying. Ooh. 1, 2 like that. So that'll go like that, and then we'll go, I think we'll go one more round down, and then I'll do the hat, or the brim. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3. And the brim's gonna have to be wider, I think, than we've normally been doing for the brims. Actually, maybe not. We might be able to just do 10 stitches. 6. Wait, that should have been 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. So that's 8. Okay, so imagine that in the front like this. Uh-oh. Woo! No, Morelia, don't you want a girl gnome? I mean, I can name the first one after you, but don't you want a girl gnome? Don't worry, you're gonna have other opportunities, No Morelia, I promise. If we don't end up naming any of them, I'll name the first one after you. But I feel like we need to make a special one for you, No Morelia. Okay, so I think that's good for that. And then we'll go... Do we go up to 10? Let's give 10 a shot. We'll give just 10 stitches a shot and see how that looks. 1... And I guess we'll have the brim of the hat 2, 3. Yeah, I guess we'll have it in the front and the back. 4 and 5 like that. We'll see. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. We'll try 4 and 5. I'll slip stitch to connect. Hey, you know what, guys? I mean, come on. That's pretty good cowboy hat as far as like doing it in only, let's see, 6, 8, 8, 10. What is that? 6 plus 8 plus 8 plus 10. Someone do the math for me. 6 plus 8 plus 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Plus 6 is 24. Plus 10. So 34 stitches. Pretty good for 34 stitches, I would say. I would say pretty good. Get this a little closer here. Into that stitch. Okay. Like, right? I mean, not, I would say not too shabby to start. Not too shabby. Okay. Now let's see what we can do with this. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut that there. Now, if we want this to be the front, because there's a very clear front and back to this hat. Like, I don't think it can go, well, I guess it could go sideways like that, but I think it's gonna look more classic if we have it like this. So if we want it like that, we would need the ears to be right here, and then 1, 2, 3 here. Wait, so that would be the end. So yeah. So hold on. I'm trying to like start it in the right stitch so that the ears go in the right spots. So if I want one ear here, one ear here, right? And normally I do 2, 3, and then an ear. So we're gonna start right before this one, so like this. So that way our stitches still line up where we want them to be. Okay, let's try it. That was a very satisfying cut. Okay, 1, 2, 3, boom. 3, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase, yeah. Wait, increase, 1, 2, 3, increase. There. That's where we want our stitch. Yeah, nice. Increase this one. So this is where we're adding our first ear. Maybe. If it doesn't fight us. Oh, dude, Amazefeed, thank you so much. I am really, really proud of this gnome pattern. I do have to say, this is top tier. I think one of my favorite designs in a long time. It is a very cool one. So I'm so glad that people are enjoying this pattern as much as I am, because really, like, this one was special to me for sure. All right, now we're gonna add a nose right here. 1, 2. Let's get a little more yarn. We're not going to add too big of a nose. We don't need to change the pattern very drastically from our base pattern, I don't think. Okay, Heather, face, and then our ear, our second ear. And I'll try to get a good shot so that we can turn this into a short later. So, hey everybody, if you're watching right now, you'll remember this shot for later on when we turn this into a YouTube short. 1, 2, 3, maybe. Alright, this is the shot. Ready? We're gonna do this last single crochet here, and then I'm gonna like show the face, and we're gonna use that in the cut. Boom. It's not looking great yet, but everything's kind of like squished in right now, so once the hat's kind of like undone there and we got a face and stuff, I think it'll look a lot better. So just bear with me. Get in there, Mr. Stitch. Wow, that stitch is a fightin'. That's a fightin' stitch if I've ever seen one. Which is pretty good. I think a fightin' stitch, it makes a lot of sense for Indiana gnomes. Okay. Oh, and we need to give him a jacket, huh? Okay, wait, let me think about this. What does Indiana Jones wear? Other than like a satchel. I think he wears like a black jacket, right? So maybe like a dark brown jacket instead? Because we'll do like jacket over here, and then we'll do white, off-white. We'll use off-white for the shirt. So let me grab off-white. I have that, I think, right here. Hold on. I have a flamingo head. That's not what we're looking for. I guess we could just do regular white for the shirt. I don't know, what do you guys think in the chat? Regular white, is that okay? Or should I go snooping for off-white more? I know I have off-white somewhere, I just don't know where it is. And it's kind of a mess in here. Oh, gray, this could work. Gray actually could work. Let me cut this, because it is knotted. We could use gray, and then just a black for the outside. Right? Yeah, because I don't know if I have any dark brown left. Hold on. I gotta just move the light real quick. Thought I had dark brown in here somewhere though. Is this dark brown? No, that's black. We have a big fedora. Man, I need to clean up real bad. Oh, I found the off-white. And green. It's not right. Hold on, I gotta find our dark brown. I'm almost out of this color. Is that black? No, that's dark brown. Yeah, we'll use this one. So we'll go dark brown. And then we'll just do regular brown for the pants, I think. And we'll use this off-white for the shirt. Because I think it'll... Yeah, that'll look good. Okay, so we're going to start with the dark brown. Okay, so we're going to go dark brown there. You saved your day? You're at the lowest of lows today. Oh, dude, no, Morelia. I'm so sorry you had a rough day, but I'm glad we could make it better. I hope your day is as wonderful as you are, because that I know what it feels like to have a crummy day, and I had a lot more of those last week. So I totally get having a low day, but I really hope that you can do your best to dig yourself out of that, because it's really rough to when you're bumming. It's hard. It's really hard to get out of that bummingness. So good luck to you, truly. And yeah, I hope you're doing better, No Morelia. I hope you feel better this week. 4 is going to be here. Do you think I can make it so that the arms are actually beige? I've never done that before with a stitch this small, but maybe we could. Let's give it a shot for No Morelia. Let's see if I can do this. I think the way I would do it is I would pull through with this color like that, right? And then I think I'm gonna make it so that the brown is on top like this, so we're ignoring it. And that way it can, like, I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's just try it though. We can always undo, right? So we go like this, and we'll go 1. And let's bring the white yarn in here so that the t-shirt yarn can be white. We're getting complicated here, but it's kind of fun. We'll add the white in there. We'll pull through with this beige, and then we'll switch over to white so that the t-shirt can be white yarn. Then we'll have this brown yarn go over it like that, you know? So that way it looks like the top of the jacket. And then we'll switch over to our off-white for like 3 stitches here. We'll work around our 1. We might need to do some embroidery to add like more of our jacket, but I don't know. We'll find out. So we got 1, 2. This song is very pretty. Oh, you know what? We have 4 stitches. We could make that stitch brown also. Let's do that instead. I think that would be better. So that way the arms look like they're actually in a jacket. Let's try this again. This song is really pretty. I don't know what this is, but I like it a lot. I'm going to try to make it so this brown goes over it like that. Pull through with our brown. Oh, nope. Never mind. Hold on. Never mind. The knot was not going to work like that. So we need to kind of weave it in a little bit more. Like that maybe. And then we'll do a single in our next stitch. But we want now we want white. it's like doing a puzzle. It's kind of fun. Like this. Like that. Let's see what just happened. You know what? I think we're going to undo that, and then we'll just add the dark brown over the arm after the fact, because right now, like, I think we're trying too much. I doth protest too much. Okay. Let's try this again. We're gonna keep the arm. I think we can keep the arm beige. I just can't try to do the top of the arm at the same time as I'm doing the bottom. Or, you know, like I can't do the sleeve. Well, I guess I could try doing a color change so that the top is brown. You know what? Let's do that. That's my like old school way to do it. That might work. So it's like this. And then I'll pull through with beige instead. Like that. So that the bottom of the hand is beige, but the top is still our jacket. And then we pull through 2 with beige. Ugh. If we don't mess up our stitch, let's try this again. Like that. Then I go in the stitch, I pull through with dark brown. Then I switch over to beige. We pull through 2, 1, and 2 with beige. And then we switch over back to brown. And then there we go. We've got the top is one and the bottom's different. Cool. I think that'll work. And then we're going to switch over. We need our white yarn here for our little puzzle that we're building. And we switch over and pull through with our off-white for a t-shirt color. Don't ask how I'm doing this because I don't freaking know. Hey, look at that though. That looks pretty good for the arm. That's not bad. I mean, I hate this little stitch. And we could have done color changes to get rid of that earlier, but we didn't. So we might have to just do some footwork later on. And then we'll switch over to back to our brown. Like that. And we'll do one single in our brown. I don't even think I'm going to work around this white yarn. Come back to it later on. We're doing magic just for you, Gnome Aurelia. And then we'll pull through this. Looks like a mess. It looks like a mess, but I think this is actually going to work. I can visualize what's going on right now, so which is a good sign. Okay. And in, switch to our dark brown, pull through 2 with our light, or our skin tone, and then do it again. All right, let's see how this part goes. Ready? Go brown. Pull through 2 with our beige. Switch back to our brown and pull through all of them. And then I'll do brown in our next stitch. I'll work around our beige. I think we're done with the jute, or like skin tone yarn now, so we can cut that off. And honestly, just throw it to the side. We don't need it until our next gnome. And then now we just have a round of single crochets where we could do some color work to make the jacket look even better, I think. Okay. And we'll just do the pants all in brown, so that way we don't have to do some kind of fancy footwork for the shoes or anything like that. I don't think we need it anyhow. But I don't know. So we go 1 and oopsies. 2. I think we'll do 3 stitches white here instead of 2, and then we'll switch over to our dark brown. That, and then we'll do our last stitch in dark brown there. And you know what? Let's cut the white. Let's bring back our other brown. Lots of browns. He's Dr. Brown, isn't he? Indiana Jones? Isn't he Dr. Brown? Or is he Dr. Jones? Oh, he's Dr. Jones. Who's it Dr. Brown? Doc Brown? Oh, that's from that's from what is that from, chat? You know who I'm talking about. What's it called? I'm gonna try working in the back loops too, so that the jacket looks more like it's overlapping the pants, which I think will add a little bit of detail. You know, it's always nice to add a little detail when there's this small. You need to do detail. Jules, the other day we were talking about these little tiny mini gurumis that I'm making, and I was like, yeah, I could probably make like individual characters pretty easy, like via pod people. You know, go back to my pod people style kind of thing. And she was like, you can't do that much detail in these little pieces. Well, this is our test. This is our test right now. See, so that kind of like adds a little bit of detail to the back of the pants. Oh, you know what? Let me add the face real quick. So we definitely got to add eyes. I think we can add the, I'm unfurling the hat a little bit more. So it's a bit more of a brim. I think we're going to have to do that again though, later. I mean, honestly, it's not bad. Let's add the eyes though. I think they're going to add a lot. I know it just looks like a mess right now, but I really think it's going to work out. That's the name. Back to the Future. Thank you. And then we'll go into this stitch. Actually, you know what? Let's do this one first. Here, another shot for the short later. A short shot. Adding the eyes. Good, that looks great. Okay. And then we'll add the locking mechanisms. I really should have added these eyes in a little sooner because it's kind of hard to get the locking mechanism in the back there. But you know what? It's not that bad. Ouch. Okay, so there's our eyes in. Here's kind of upside down. It's all right. And I don't like how this stitch is being all weird, so I'm gonna kind of like try to fix that a little bit too. And I think we might add a little bit of brown there at the end, just to like kind of make it clean it up a little bit. I don't know. And we're gonna probably have to add a little bit of hair. Do we need facial hair though? That's the question. Do we want a beard on this gnome? On our Indiana gnomes? Let me know, chat. What do we think about that? What do we think about that, chat? Do we want a beard or not? I like this song. 1, 2, 3. Then our next foot. 1, 2. All right. Stubble, a beard, a whip. Well, of course we're gonna add a whip. I think we could add a beard. Should we add just a white beard? Or do you think it should be a beard in the shade of, like, in like a brown? What do we think, chat? I definitely think we need hair. Which shouldn't be hard. You know, we'll just add hair to the top right there once it's sewn closed, and then we'll do beard stuff if we want to do that. And we'll add the whip later as well. Make sure the stuffing goes above the eyes. That. It's not bad. I definitely think you're right. A beard would really add a lot. It might cover up our shirt though, which is going to be a bummer. So it might just be a mustache. Maybe we'll just do a stash. I don't know. But let's do our magnets. Another short shot. Light gray or brown beard. Okay. Not tight. Hide the end in. All right, I think we have the base of our gnome done there. Now we just need to clean it up, add a little detail, and we'll have our Indiana gnomes done. Let's start by fixing the hat a little bit. Okay, now let's definitely add some hair. I think I can add just a little bit of hair to really give it a little bit more of a vibe. I'm not gonna lie, stubble's a tough request. Tough request to do stubble. It is a strangely very difficult thing to add to your crochet. Let's go like right here, like that. And then we'll go over a little bit like this. Into about right, actually maybe I'll just go all the way around. You know, back into that stitch, and then we'll do another strand of it so it's a little thicker. Even though the hat's going to cover up most of this. Can't really even see the hair that I just added, but that's okay. That's all right. We're gonna use the same color, I think, for the beard. That. Okay, so there's some hair added. Really subtle, but I think it adds a little bit of detail to our piece. And then we want a beard. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna definitely use this brown that I'm almost out of. We'll use 2 strands put together because it's so thin. And let's start by trying to add just trying to add a classic gnome beard and see how that looks. Like this. 1, 2. It's a bummer it's covering up our whole color work. That's all right. And then this is how I normally add the beards. Kind of makes them look evil, though. What do you think, guys? I mean, obviously it's not full also, so we would have to fill it in. I think maybe just a mustache might work. And maybe a goatee. Actually, maybe that'll work. A goatee and a mustache. Let's try that. 1, 2. Because I don't really like a full beard. It's just not looking right. It's looking evil. Not that a goatee won't look evil. A goatee might look worse, but let's see what happens here. Okay, let's try just a little mustache and a goatee. Going from here over for the mustache. Same over this way. Honestly, just a stash ain't bad. Gives it a little bit of a Mario vibe, but honestly, it's not too bad. What do we think about that? Just the stash. Maybe if I thicken up the stash a little bit? I don't know. If I did a goatee, it would look like this. I don't hate it. He kind of looks like a magician a little bit. What do we think, guys? Hold on, I really gotta fix the face a little bit too, because it's looking a little squishy. Fix those ears. And the hat a little bit. And I kind of want to hide this little stitch in there a little bit better. Like that. What do we think? Yeah, maybe a smaller mustache. Maybe you're right. We'll try a smaller one. We can always do this again if we need to also. Oh, cool. We're still under time. We're doing fine. Okay, smaller stash. Here we go. One coming out here. And maybe just to like here. And then on the other side. Wow, actually, I kind of love that. The other one will go right here. I don't even know if he needs a beard if we do this little mustache. What do we think, guys? Does it really need a beard if I just do that? What do you think? Yeah, it is just kind of a very tiny Indiana Jones right now. I mean, it's a little Gnome. Let's see what happens if I do a beard part. Okay, so that mustache, and then I did just a little tiny goatee, like this. And then at the back. Is that giving Indiana gnomes? No beard, no beard? Yeah? You think no beard? Okay, we can take that beard out. Yeah, he's given a little bit of a like a private detective vibe. We can also do a satchel. A satchel will give it more of an Indiana Jones vibe too. And of course, you know, we need our whip too. We have got a fight in the chat about a beard or not. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of feeling no beard. I'm feeling mustache, no beard. A ponytail? I don't know if that'll add to the Indiana Jones look. That actually, wait, that actually might look hilarious though. No, that makes him look like an incel or like like a little like kind of creepy dude. I like the little hat though. All right, we're gonna stick with that. We'll add a. Gosh, it does look really funny as a ponytail now that you say that. We'll add a little itsy bitsy satchel. I'm gonna do my best. I don't know how good I can make a tiny itty bitty satchel, but you know me, I'll try. And then a whip. A whip. We need like so many different shades of grays and browns for Indiana Jones. Okay. Indiana Gnomes. I mean, the ears help give it an Indiana Gnomes vibe, Zoe. If Indiana Jones spent too much time on Reddit... Uh-oh, my computer's gonna die. Jimbo unplugged it. There we go. We saved it. Okay. A whip, huh? Or a satchel. And a satchel. Let's start with the satchel. Is this too close to our skin tone? Yes, it is. Let's go with this one. Yeah, this one's a little bit different. Actually, this could be a good whip. Actually, yeah. Let's do this as the whip. Because it's kind of clean yarn, too, so it's kind of nice. I actually think the whip should just be like this, kind of. And on their side, like this. Like, well, smaller, obviously, but... so we're gonna need a very small, like a pencil. Actually, maybe this will work. This might work. Yeah, that's good. And we'll leave this side like that. You know, maybe we'll do this after we add a satchel, though. So if we want to do a satchel, let's do our... Maybe we'll do our gray yarn for a satchel. Let's try that. Where's our other gray yarn? I'm putting so much effort into this one gnome. Milady. Yeah, he does. He's got like a bit of a milady. Okay, let's do a satchel for him. We're gonna leave this end long because we're gonna use that for sewing the satchel on. And we'll go 1, 2, 3. I think that's as big as we really need it. We'll do 4 for good luck. And then 1, 2, 3. That's 1 over. Chain 1. Chain 1. And 3. Where's this way? See, that might be a little thick for our satchel. Well, maybe not. Maybe if I do it like this. Actually, yeah, that kind of works. So maybe if I slip stitch this first one there. I'm just kind of making a big mess of knots. Maybe like that, and then I'll chain 1. And then we'll just use this long end like that. Pull that through. This will go on its side like this. And we'll have it go over the side. We'll knot it, and then we'll knot it in the back here. So it'll be like that. Yeah? Yeah, I like that. And then we'll do the little whip on this side. Let's do it. Stop, so that's gross. I just can hear it in my head so clearly, and I hate that. It's hilarious. So we're gonna go like this in the back, and then we'll take this end and this also in the back. And now he's got this cute little satchel that goes over everything. Very subtle, but very cute. And then we'll do a whip over here. And I think that should be it. I think that's enough for our gnome, our Indiana gnomes. Right? Do we just cut it and leave this ends long, or do we hide this end in? Yeah, we'll hide it. We'll hide it. We already went so extra on this. It'd be a shame not to finish up the look and leave a knot in the back. That. These two ends, and then I'll just stuff those in. Yeah? I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, next, last thing, I want to add a little tiny whip. And then you can watch me whip, and you can watch me nay-nay. You can watch me whip, and then you can watch me nay-nay. Do that. I'm actually going to cut this. You know what? Wait. Bum, bum, bum. Bing, bing, bing. We'll go in like this. I'm just going to use this end of this yarn. This. again. My idea here is this will hopefully keep this all like the whip together. And then we'll do the same thing with black in the same exact spot to add it onto the body. So that this part, golly, this part will go in because I want this part loose. I kind of wish it was a little bit smaller of a whip. Oh, you know what? Maybe I could just pull it tighter with this one. Can I? Yeah. I'm making a mess. Oh, wait. Like that. You know? Put it in his hand even. Yeah, we want one of these ends loose, and then the other end not so loose. We'll leave this other end looser. I just don't want to let go here. We're going to put this part in the hand and out somewhere on the back. Keep it there. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Now we need black yarn to go around it a couple times just to keep things in place and to give a little bit more of a... Well, I guess we don't really need to. We could use more of this beige instead. You know, because if this part's like right there, if I cut it... Yeah, let's do it. Like that. I don't even know if he needs another. That kind of sells it right there. Right? I just don't know if it's going to stay there, but... I mean, I don't think it'll come undone. Maybe it will. Yeah, you know what? It will. It'll definitely come undone. Okay, so... We gotta hide this end in better. We're coming out the hat. We're just gonna have to be gentle with it. Nice. Nice. That's good, I think. All right, let me just fix the hat a little bit more. I'm actually gonna, I know this is kind of weird, but I'm gonna use pliers to help me fix the hat so I don't accidentally pull things with my fingers in a weird way. I just really want it to be like stretched down, so I want to like kind of stretch the fibers out and pull it down. It's just easier to grip with this pliers. Hey, that's totally it, guys. Right? There's our little whip. That's Indiana Gnome. Oh my gosh. How did I do that? That's amazing. I'm impressed with myself there. I am very impressed with that. Okay, we're going to put Indiana Gnome in the back. And I think we got time for one more gnome today. So here's what I want you to do. Gnome Aurelia, you in the chat? You are. Here's what we want, Gnome Aurelia. What's your favorite color? Gnome Morelli, let us know your favorite color in the chat. We're going to make a gnome for you. I mean, your name's too perfect not to make you a gnome. Oh my gosh, this guy's so cute. Look at this little dude. Just another look at our gnome. Yellow? All right. I say we do a yellow hat and maybe orange hair or something. I don't know. What do you think? So we'll do a yellow hat because we haven't had a girl gnome yet. So I think we should make a girl gnome. And purple. You like purple too. Okay, I can make that work. Let's start with the yellow hat. And I'm just going to keep it classic here because we're close to going over time anyhow. So it'd be a little easier for me to make a kind of more of a classic gnome and then just customize it. Oren likes yellow too. That's perfect. Love that. Okay. 1. 2. I guess this isn't really helping the whole balloon artist vibe that I was explaining earlier. But it works. Whatever. Hey, if you haven't yet, don't forget to like this video down below and subscribe to the channel. I think we've made already some pretty fun gnomes today. And yeah, I hope you like it. I'm thinking later on in the season, maybe we do like a gnome home crochet along and we'll design a gnome home. I wanted to do that today, but I just realized it was going to be way too much work. And we haven't done a live stream just making gnomes anyhow yet. So, you know, it's kind of like, oh, well, let's just do that first. Oh, did we name our tall gnome? Oh, no, Gnomen, of course. Of course. All right, I think this is going to be our last gnome for the day. I feel like 4 gnomes is a pretty solid count. Scissors are getting dull. I think I've cut a few too many pipe cleaners with them probably. But yeah, I think this will be our final gnome for the day. And we'll be back. I think we're going to be back on Sunday making another dinosaur. So if you got dinosaur suggestions, I'll listen in the chat if you want. But we'll probably just, you know, ad-lib it the way we've kind of been doing for the past few dino crochet alongs. They've been super fun though. And I'm very excited to see what you guys have in store for our dino crochet along. But yeah, we'll do that on Sunday. Okay, we're gonna keep this gnome more classic. Maybe we'll do, what do you think about like a really long brim? Or long ears? Long brim or long ears? Chat, what do you think? Let me grab our, let's keep the colors of the shirt and pants the same. And then we'll do, I don't know. Do we do long? I'm torn. Long brim? Okay, Jazzy says we do a long brim. Anybody else? Okay, cool, long brim. All right, we're gonna do an extra long brim. How are we gonna do that though? Let's do... Okay. Long ears, long brim. Maybe we do both. Can I do it like this? Will this work, I wonder? Oh, my dad is trying to call me from my phone. I'm in the middle of a live stream, Pops. Two. Yeah, let's try it like this. We're trying double crochets for the brim this time. It's gonna be like the yellow, like man with the yellow hat in Curious George. We got kind of that going on here. Or sombrero. It's got a bit of a sombrero vibe. That's okay. That might be cute. One, two, three. My phone is running out of batteries, but that's okay. We're almost done today. My phone is used as our camera, my faith camera. Okay, so that's a pretty long brim. I kind of like that, though, a lot, huh? It might hide our character a bit, but it's kind of nice. Kind of might be nice. Okay. Well, what's going to happen when I connect it, though? Is it going to be, like, really rounded? Ooh, it will. It won't stretch open as much. Okay, we'll just kind of... We'll do into this one for a stitch or two. Kind of cheating our way over, but that's okay. I think it'll make it a little bit cleaner of a hat look. Should be pretty far down. Then it might be... Our face might be kind of hidden under it, but you know what? That kind of might be cute too. That might be cute too. Let's see what we can do here. There we go. Purple overalls? That could work. We can make that work. Like that. Okay, we're gonna fold this up for now. Although, honestly, it doesn't. It kind of looks fun folded up too. Like that's kind of fun. Look, it almost looks like a little mushroom upside down. Kind of cool. Kind of a fun way to make a mushroom. Okay, but we'll keep it folded up for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will be right there. And let's go ahead and get started on the face. I think I will do long ears also. The only reason we're gonna do long ears though is because I want them to poke out from under the hat, you know? And currently, they're not gonna poke out from the hat because that hat is long. All right. All right. Go 1. And let's cut the first end 2. All right, now here's our first ear. We're gonna make this extra long. So I think we're gonna do extra long ears. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. That's normal. We'll do 4. So we're gonna make them all, each of the ears about a stitch longer. Which I think will be enough to make it stick out from under the hat. Again, if you haven't yet, please like this video down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, all that fun stuff. And go get the pattern for our little gnomes today. I made it so they're available with a free account, but only for today. I'm going to turn that off probably later tonight. So make a gnome while you can. Or consider supporting by creating a membership and you'll have permanent access to the pattern. Or purchase the pattern. You can also purchase it. It's only $2.99. It's a great way to support the channel too, and then you'll have a PDF version of the gnome pattern. I actually put a lot of effort into the PDF too, so I think it's pretty good. And Cooper, shout out to Cooper in the chat. Thank you, Cooper. Made a printer-friendly version of this pattern really fast, which was awesome. So there's a version that you can just print, and it all fits on a page. It looks really cool. I'm very stoked that we're able to add printer-friendly stuff now. Okay, there we go. All right, so we want purple overalls. I can do purple overalls. I think I can do purple overalls. What color hair, Nomorelia, do you want to add to it? I'm thinking kind of like maybe like a red hair, like orange hair. Or maybe that's a little too leprechaun-y. Maybe we do instead like, maybe we keep it white hair or gray. I don't know. What do you think, Nomorelia? I think as far as stitches go here, let me just think for just a second, because if we want to do an apron, or I mean like overalls, we're gonna want white with half color changes in our purple. So let's grab our purple real quick. Hopefully this is enough purple. You know what? This isn't enough purple. We need more purple than this. Maybe these together will be enough. Let's try it. So we'll grab this purple. Orange, red. Okay. I think I have some nice soft orange. Actually, I think we got some like nice soft orange here that might work. It's gonna be a very colorful gnome. Okay. Well, if we're not gonna need white for the hair, then we're gonna use white. Oopsies, I'm sorry, Mr. Camera. Then we're gonna use white for the shirt that goes under the overalls. So we'll do this. Change over to our white now. We're gonna do some color changes here with our white yarn. And that. I'm gonna cut this, even though I'm gonna grab it in just a second as well, because we're gonna make the arms in beige. Right? Because it's gonna be like, yeah. Okay, 4 is gonna be, whoops. There. And then we're gonna need our beige yarn for the arms. And, oops, we'll pull through with white actually. And then we'll do the main part of the arm in our skin tone. 1 and 2. Switch back over to our white here. And then I think what we're gonna do is half color changes in, or maybe full color changes in, no, we'll do half color changes in purple. So the top of these loops are purple, which I think will add a little bit of color work for our next round. I don't know. We're trying something new. And we'll do one. There's two in purple. Just a little bit, so that way like the front, and then we're gonna go whoop, whoop. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, we'll cut it. One more white stitch. And then we switch over so that we have our beige yarn for the arm. One, two. That. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Let's do that again. I need to have purple yarn under this because we're switching over to purple now. So let's try this again. Beige. Now we add purple. And continue our stitch in beige. One, two, and then we switch over to purple. Okay. And do a stitch around all of them in purple. Like that. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is coming together. I know it looks a little funky. It always looks funky before we add eyes and then everything else, you know. But it'll look more normal as we go. Let's pull this loop out for a sec. Let's add our eyes real quick. We're making no Morelia. How long did it take me to make all this grass? Probably a couple days. I would say probably a couple days. All right, let's see if we can't get a good shot here for the... short shot. Let's lock these eyes in. And then lock that in there too. I think that's pretty good. I mean, obviously the hat's not down yet, but here, just to preview what the hat's gonna look like. We're gonna have the hat down like this. Oh my gosh, that's really cute when the hat's down, actually. That's really cute with the ears poking out, and it kind of like hides the eyes a little bit. That's super cute. And then I'm thinking we have big pigtails in our whatever color you want. I think you wanted orange. And then we'll just have stitches going, purple stitches going up and over the arms, so that it turns them into overalls. But we're gonna finish up with this purple yarn. We need more of like an orange red yarn to use. So I'm probably gonna grab some different yarn so we can use it as hair. Go. And then how do I make grass? We actually have a tutorial for that. If you want to check it out, Blair, it's available. I think it's just clubcrochet.com/grass if you want to check it out. It's a full tutorial. It's done using a stitch called the loop stitch, which is a pretty cool stitch. And yeah, it's good. It's easy. It's actually pretty easy. They're really fun stitches to make. You should check it out. Is it okay? I think we're gonna keep the feet. Well, you know what? Let's try to make. Let's start to stretch our bones a little bit more again, and do our shoes in. Let's do our shoes in a different color. Let's just give it a shot. Like, we haven't used brown yet anyhow. So this way we can kind of like start to, you know, try out some new stuff also for future gnomes. Test out some stuff. So we're going to try making shoes now, which I don't think we've actually done on any of them yet. Our shoes in a different color. 1, 2. Purple. Hi, Jimbo. Jimbo's here. He wants to say hi to you, No Morelia. He wants to eat the yarn is what he's wanting to do. Hey. It's not edible. Oh, say hi to the chat real quick. Say hi. Hi, Jimbo. You don't want to say hi? What are you looking down at? What? You looking at yourself in the video? Trying to go on your buddy, on your baller. Okay. You're purring. Thank you. Very sweet boy. Yes. Hi, buddy. I love you. Thank you. Very sweet. Oh. Okay, bud. We gotta finish this up. Oh, wrong one. There we go. All right. Matthew, this pattern is free for today. So if you want to get it free right now, it's available at clubcrochet.com/gnome, but it will not be free tomorrow. So get it now. Or actually just make it now. 1 and 2. Then we're going to switch to that. All right. Get rid of our brown there. Okay. Almost done with the crocheting bit, No Morelia. Then we get to add your hair choices in there. Perfect. We had enough yarn too, which is nice. All right, so we're going to cut this. We're going to need a little bit extra of this purple yarn to add our arm thingy-mabobs on the apron, but that's okay. We'll get there in just a second. We can actually stuff them closed before we even do that anyhow. But let's go ahead. We'll add our stuffing. A little bit of green yarn, because why not? A little bit of sawdust, because why not? A little bit less stuffing, because too much stuffing. All right, make sure it gets up and over the eyes. I'm going to undo the hat for just right now, just so it's easier for us to add our hair, and we'll put the hat down at the end again. Okay, maybe a little bit more stuffing. Fine. Okay, let's add our our magnets. I'm going to run out of magnets soon. I'm going to order more. Robbie! How you doing, Robbie? How do you like our gnomes so far? Alright, last one. Just pull it nice and tight. And we'll hide this end in. You know what? Why don't we just use this for our... We're just going to use this end for the parts of our... because we needed an end anyhow for our overalls. So let's do this end, like this. Into this, out of there. Uh-oh, Jimbo's throwing up. Nope, buddy, don't throw up there. You okay? Oh, gosh. Why'd you just throw up? You alright, buddy? Yeah. You okay? You're okay. Feel better? He's okay. Yeah. Okay. We saved the carpet. But not poor Jimbo's tummy. I think we're gonna have to pull this up too. He's okay, he's okay. His tummy not feeling good, I guess. I don't know. We'll check on him after the stream a little bit more. But I think he's fine. He was just meowing afterwards. Cats do that sometimes. Wasn't a hairball. Sometimes a hairball, but not this time. No, he's not on any medicine. No, but I think maybe it's time to go take him to the vet tomorrow. There we go. You alright, bud? Might have been because we were holding him upside down. I don't know. Alright, now we've got our little overalls done. Last thing we want to do is add some hair. Do you want to get some... Yeah, you want to get some yarn? Let's go get some orange yarn, buddy. We need red orange yarn. Yeah, let's go that way. That way. I can't go past you. You okay? Time meowing. Okay, we're gonna use this yarn for the hair. Hey, bud, we're almost done, and then we can hang out, okay? Actually, just want a little bit more of this. We don't need too much. Probably good. How old is Jimbo? He is about 7 or 8, I think. He's not that old. Maybe a little older. Maybe he's 9. Yeah, I know. I know you are. Okay. Let's add some pigtail hair to, or do we do in the back? Do we do a ponytail? Or pigtails? What do we think? Pigtails would be right there. Pigtails might cover up our overalls is the only thing I'm kind of worried about. Well, whatever. We can... Let's see what it looks like. It'll look cuter from the front if we do pigtails. If it was like this. Yeah, I think it'll look cuter if we do pigtails. We could even do pigtails that are like kind of outwards like that. Pigtails. No Morelia has cast her vote. Pigtails it is. Okay. There, out here. Okay, we'll go into here. Come out from the back. Cross that. I know, buddy. Well, hold on, buddy. We're almost done. We're almost done, I promise. Oh, I promise we're almost done. Okay. Then just do another strand of this for extra length of pigtails. And then we need a little bit of yarn in a separate color to sew these pigtails down. Wow. Let's use green. Okay, we need to finish up the stream, buddy. Then we can hang out with you. Okay, this. Yeah, right there. Okay. I like the idea of going with green so that it's more like, it like works with the other colors, but it doesn't like copy any of the other colors. So it's like that. Right? And then we'll do the same thing on this side. In, out from there. All right, that's pretty good. Yeah, that looks great actually. All right. Double knot these. We'll cut the hair and then unfold the hat so that it's a regular hat again. I think it's a little late to add eyelashes. Plus, you wouldn't even see them under the hair. Okay, let's cut the hair shorter. Okay, and then this one. Little haircut. And then let's unfold the hat. And there we go. What do you think? What do you think, Gnome Aurelia? I like it. I like her. She's so cute. I think she's so cute. And I love how the hat really like hides her face a little bit too. Here, we'll do like that a little bit more. So you can see the top of her hair a little. Right? Cute. So cute. All right, guys. All right, so let's look at all of our gnomes from today and say our goodbyes. First off, thank you guys so much for watching. You rock. Please, again, if you haven't, like this video down below and subscribe to the channel. All right, so let's go backwards. We've got Gnome Aurelia. Actually, you know what? No, let's go from forward to back. So first we got our first gnome, which we didn't actually name, but I like them anyhow because they're so cute. So we got our first gnome, very cute. Then we've got our tall gnome with our ridiculously long beard. I love it. Tall gnome. Looks so silly. That beard is crazy. And then we've got Indiana gnomes. Loving Indiana gnomes. Looking super cute. And then finally, we got our custom little Gnome Aurelia. Actually, maybe my favorite one. Look how long and cute those ears are too. They're so cute. I know, isn't it cute? I know, Jimbo. All right, guys. Thank you so much for crocheting along with me again. If you haven't yet, make sure to check out this pattern while you can. I'll see ya in the next one. Hold on, Jimbo. I'm saying my byes. Well, hold on. We'll see you on... Hi, Jimbo. Yes. Are you done? Okay. 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 We hear you. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next live stream. We'll be live again on Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, making some dinosaurs. Thanks again for watching. Pasta la pizza, happy hooking, and let's go hang out with Jimbo. Oh my gosh, stop. You hang up, Jimbo. Yeah? Okay. Say something else. Go on. What? Okay. Yeah? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, and make sure to vote for your favorite pebble. Okay, bye. All right, let's hang out, buddy. We'll hang out, Jimbo. Yes, yes, yes.